Welcome to Single Singles, a program that seeks to expose some of the ills in our society and to bring to the knowledge of the general public some of the challenges that single parents go through in our society. Join me, Mercy Evans, as we speak to some of these single parents that takes us into the world and the challenges of being a single parent. There have been a growing number of single mothers and children from broken homes in our society. The danger of this development is the negative impact it has, continue to have on society, as well as the trauma it leaves on those children. Here on Single, we try to amend broken homes. We try to make families stay together and make their marriages work or the relationship. Welcome to today's episode of Single Singles. I'm still your host, Mercy Evans, and today with me I have a single mother with me who is ready to share her story to the world. Can we meet you?
Good day, everybody. My name is Mercy EFFIONG. I'm from Akwa Ibom State, local government.
You're welcome to Single Singles.
Thank you.
Okay. How did you become a single mother?
I lost the father of my children. That is when I became a single mother.
And were you married to the father of your children?
Actually, when we traveled down, I was already pregnant. So the normal thing did not take place because we don't allow to pay bride price with pregnancy.
Okay. So now you are telling us that because you were pregnant for your husband or the father of your children, so the traditional rites were not done.
Yes.
Okay. So after giving birth to the child, did you go back to do this traditional to fulfill it?
We went back, but by then things were rough, so they didn't carry on what they're supposed to.
Okay. So for how long have you been a single mother?
This year will make it 15 years.
Wow. For 15 years you've been a single mother,
Yeah.
single-handedly taking care of those kids. Wow, that's amazing. So what are some of the difficulties of being a single mother?
There are a lot of it because sometimes when you look at it, you're supposed to feed them, and then when you turn and look at the home, there's nothing for you to feed them. That alone breaks my heart. And you became angry, you are frustrated. And then knowing that if you have a child as a mother, you have to take care of them.
Yeah.
That is the duty of mother. And another one, that the painful part, that when you look at others, every other man came back, and then you look at your own, there is nobody to come and say how far. And then when the children, it's good when you have family member that have hand. Sometimes they may come over, but in this case, that you don't have, everybody is trying to work hard for their own self, and then you look at it that there is nobody coming to say, I'm here as a uncle, as a auntie or family member. And then it's really getting, and the life becomes tough and worse for you. And then when you look at maybe the compound or where you are living, and when it is evening, you saw people coming back, and the father will be happy, the children will be, daddy, welcome. And you hear the father say, I bought you something. And in that case, when you turn around, your own children, there's nobody to say, okay, take. And then on their own, they feel bad.
Yeah.
They feel bad. So it really always breaks my heart, but I thank God, because if you are really brought out from a good family, you will understand that life must not give you good things at time. So you have to compose yourself and then call your children in and talk to them as a mother. That alone give them that heart that you care for them even when you don't have, and then they understand about it.
So, do people treat you differently in the society because you are a single mother?
Yes. Actually, sometimes you take everybody and you love them, and then when you turn out, somebody you don't expect will hurt you, and then you went back and sit down and say, what did I do to this person that hurt me back? And then you remember that sometimes people do things so that they can bring you down.
Yeah.
Because when they turn, they don't see somebody coming for you, and then you have nobody to say, even if when this one happen, you run to, and then you really sit down and look at all those, and then sometimes I'm woman, I broke down sometimes, and then tears start coming out from my eyes, and when I remember that you don't have to have somebody physically to take care of you, but I remember I have a father, the one that always stand by me even when I did not see him. That alone give me comfort that no matter what, things will turn around and I will get over it with my children.
So, will you say that you brought up your children properly, even at the absence of your husband?
Yes, I try my best with God, because when I see things like that, I normally call them and advise them. I said, see, nobody planned for failure, but sometimes it came up like this. You don't have to kill yourself. I keep encouraging them. I've seen so many people who does not have father. Some say don't have mother.
Yeah.
But since they know what they want, they go for it. Not in the bad way, but in a good way. You can use your hand to assist yourself. Sometimes you can even train yourself if you wish like going to school. Because if you discipline yourself and then you remember, you don't want to be that failure that people call you. When you see something, some people go as far as washing clothes or going out. Okay, let me insist, you did you want water, you understand?
Yeah.
Some people fish, and then you know that really you want to make your life better, and then you start saving from that. From that, you will rest. Because I see myself, sometimes I say, I will not work for somebody. It's embarrassment, but sometimes even the people that hurt me, I will sit back, I say I will not talk to them. Before I know, somebody will, God sees that somebody walk to me and say, no, I did not brought you this way. And then I want you to see people in different angle. Don't look at their bad side, but look at the thing involved. Go back. Sometimes I just go back, they will think I'm foolish, but I'm not. Because when I sit down, I have somebody that used to comfort me. He will come and say, daughter, no, there's something good ahead of you. You have to just mellow down and take everybody the way you're supposed to take yourself. So I moved forward.
So what was your experience with the father of your children before his demise?
The experience I faced, that even when I gave birth to my son, when he falls sick, he will always tell me, take your child, go and treat your child. If he die, you are the one that is going to lose the son, not me. At least I have hope. I can forge ahead. And then sometimes even when he will see things, when you say, okay, when it's my own, he say, okay, there are so many people looking for that thing, and then he will deny you those things. He will give them to somebody else.
He will give other people
Yes.
instead of his wife.
Yes, and he will tell you, you have everything. You don't have a need for it.
Were you happy in that relationship?
No, I was not happy.
Why?
because of the pain and the word that used to come out of his mouth.
Can you please give us maybe a scenario that happened when he was alive that made you to say no, you were not happy in the relationship?
The one that really take place when I gave birth to my son, he was under operation. So the baby head was open. My sister left me 1 month after. So when I bathed the baby, and then I didn't know that it used to hurt.
Yeah.
So when I wanted to apply it on the baby head, and then by mistake the thing pour, I didn't know that it used to hurt anyway. So after then, I dressed the baby, I covered the baby, then I lied the baby down. I went to inside the kitchen to go and prepare food. So the baby wake up and start screaming. Then I left the kitchen and I went inside the room. Then I noticed that everywhere was hot. Then I rushed to pick the baby. I noticed that the baby's skull, everything was red like blood. So I didn't know what to do. I was confused. I have to raise the baby, and I take the baby near AC. I took the baby head on the AC thinking it will calm down after everything. And then when he came back, I explained, see what happened. He said, that one is your business. Anyway, if you lost your child, you are the one that is going to lose, not me. So those were alone.
Do you still believe in love?
After then, I promised that I will not love anybody. But I realized that I cannot stay like this because being single is not easy. I believe in love, and I'm still open to love somebody.
So you are open for love?
Yes.
There are so many young ladies, young girls out there, and married women that wish to leave their marriages. What would be your advice to them?
My advice to the young girls, you must not rush, you must not follow others. You have to be yourself. It's not because I'm stealing, you want to follow me to steal.
That's true. You
may not have the grace I am having. So you have to endure. As a young girl, I don't see the reason why you should rush for boyfriend and girlfriend. When you have other things to ahead of you for you to meet up with those things. So first of it, if you are lucky that you have a parent, or you have, even if you don't have a parent, there's somebody that loves you. And then I believe that with due respect, you have to hear them out and then take their advice. Even when you didn't like it, but when you go back, sit down and think about the advice, and then you see reason for you to humble yourself and then do the right thing. When you do the right thing, there's every lady have their own husband. You may rush now because I get married before you, and then you rush. That man is not your husband. No matter what you do, that man will not value you.
That's true.
But if you wait for your own time, even if you don't know how to cook or you don't know how to do anything, because it's your rightful husband, it will bear with you.
Yes.
In fact, it will even look for somebody that will help you out so that you can learn and be perfect.
That's true.
So that is the advice I have for young girls. Wherever you are, be ready to learn, and then respect whosoever you meet on your way, because you don't know who will help you tomorrow. And for the marriage women, everybody have to build their house. Yes. I've lived around and I see how some marriage women behave. Number one, a marriage woman don't supposed to talk anyhow. And then you don't mingle with single ladies, so that they will not brainwash your head. And then a marriage woman is somebody that is always ready to correct others.
Okay.
ready to say good thing concerning others, not the one that will destroy. Even when he pretend to love you, you don't know that he's destroying you. And then the way they treat their husband, some of them is very, very bad. They say, wife, submit to your husband, and then husband, love your wife. I believe as a woman, you know what your husband does not like. So, by that, you take those things out so that those things will not bring issue. I just want to advise every woman, every wife who are still with their husband, even the ones that say, I want to go, there's no good home. You are the one that will use your hand to build your house. You know what is good for you. I noticed that so many people bring forth lies to confuse somebody. Even you that your husband used to take care of. One woman from somewhere will come and tell you, hey, my husband used to give me 100,000. And then if you are wise enough, you have to look at that person's face and tell you, my husband used to give me 100,000. Did that woman want 100,000? How is that woman taking care of his family? How is she behaving? Some women, they are not ready to learn. Whenever you say whether it's true or not, they will pick it from there. They will go back to fight their husband, abuse their husband, not ready to submit to their husband. But if you are wise, you will find out, even when the person tell you, he used to give me, see how your own is shouting for you. If you are wise, you will not let that person to notice. You find out to know whether this person is telling you the truth or not. When you try to find out, even if it's 2 days, 3 days, you will get information, even from neighbor, to know the kind of somebody you are keeping as a friend or as a partner. So I just want to share this view that as a woman, if you think that for you to go out there and remain single will work for you, no. It is not easy to be single. You pass through tough time and pain. You see a lot of things. People talk to you anyhow. People harass you anyhow. But if you are with your husband, nobody will have the guts to talk to you anyhow, because they know that your husband will not take it from them. To every married woman, to every single girl, I believe that you go back home and arrange yourself back where you have failed. Try to correct yourself and go back and build your home and be a good wife.
Wow, thank you very, very much for that. So looking back from when you were young, beautiful, you are still young, beautiful, and you had so many admirers. What is your biggest regret?
Yes, my biggest regret is that somebody I supposed to be with, that's supposed to marry me, I didn't end up with that person.
Okay.
I have to end up with this one that caused me pain. So when I remember how I was, that even when I'm working, people are giving me gifts. Even when I enter shop, people will buy me things. I will not know where to keep them. I have to hide it. So, but I understand life is up and down. So I'm still happy. I'm not giving up.
So I would like to, when you were talking to us, I noticed when you were advising the younger ones, you said they should listen to advice. Yes. Was there ever a point in your relationship where somebody advised you about that relationship and you did not listen to them, but you went into that relationship and finally regretted?
Yes.
Okay. So who was that person to you? Your parents, your friend, your well-wishers?
Actually, when we reached here, my mother complained.
Wow.
First, as a mother, that he don't like that the person is more older than me.
Okay.
That he don't like the person. Because some people, even with their 20, 30 years, some of them always look matured. So I didn't see it. in that angle.
Okay.
But I wish I see the fact, not the oldness, and I wish I know that the marriage will not last and I will not enjoy it. I couldn't have moved forward.
Are you open for a new relationship?
Yes.
So what kind of man would you want to marry? Would you like to marry?
The kind of man I would like to marry, I don't want to marry for money. Some people marry for money.
Mm-hmm.
Later then when the money is finished, you see quarrel, you see them starting, they will cheat on the man, behave rude, behave somehow. But in my own relationship, I don't want to marry for money, but I want to marry for love.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to meet that man who is ready to take my 2 children as his own without looking, how will I pay, how will this child. Some people will say I love you, but they will tell you go and look for a way to keep the child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that kind of man in my life. I need a man who will ready to take care of my children, in fact love them as his own, and then also love me as their mother and as a wife. And I need a man. Some people may be, you may look at people, they are rough, this one does not know God, but you find out that some of them, they are good.
Okay.
Yes, the things that a Christian man will do to you, they will never try it. And then I believe to see that kind of man who is ready to stand for me as a father, as a mother, as a friend, as sister, as uncle, who is ready to stand for my children, even they, whether I'm there or not. He always show them that love of a father. That is the kind of man I need. And the man that even when he does not know God, then is ready to serve God and be sincere. That is the kind of man I'm looking up to.
Alright. So it's been nice having you on the show today. And from your story, I really know that at the end of this journey, at the end of this whole journey, you will not regret it. Your children will bring smile to your face. And I pray that you find that man that you wish to spend your life with, a man that will be a father, a friend, and everything you wish from him. That's for everyone that comes to share their story with us on Single Singles. We always have something to give to them. And this little token is coming from Evans TV, the producers of Single Singles. Just to tell you, thank you for coming.
Thank
we
you.
wish to reach out to you again.
God bless.
Alright, thanks for coming. Thank you for watching Single Singles. On today's episode, I'm sure you've learned a lot from the story. And if you're a single mother out there that wish to share your story with us, please send a message to us. And we would like to hear from you. Please send us your messages on the handles showing on your screen right now. And if you wish to be a sponsor of this show, reach out to us. We are still very open for sponsorship, so we can keep reaching out to those women, lending helping hands to them and their children. Like, share, and comment on our videos. Thank you once more for watching Single Singles. Until I come your way next episode, I still remain your host, Mercy Evans.